Johannesburg artist Ayanda Mabulu has recently released a painting, and I know you responded to it on Sunday through a cartoon.
Yeah.
Forgive me, I haven't seen it, but I did want to know what your opinions were on the controversy around that piece of artwork.
It's not the first time Ayanda Mabulu's been in, done things like this, and I mean, I certainly have been in a similar kind of situation, and so is Brett Murray, and so is Anton Kanema. There are various people who, criticizing government figures, criticizing the president, to me is not only something that should be allowed and tolerated, but is something desirable. The more you find in any country the stifling of that, the further that country is towards being a banana republic or whatever. We're far from that. We've had plenty of criticism. We have all kinds of dynamics around that. I'm not going to go too much down the road of art criticism. First of all, I'm not a fine artist. I'm a part journalist, part artist, whatever that as a cartoonist is. I will say that, I mean, Brett Murray is the spear was part of a very, very powerful set of images that Brett Murray produced, and they included one that set included the spear, which had Zuma's genitals exposed. I've done, as a cartoonist, I've also done, when I felt it necessary, I've not shied away from doing that, and I also did that in the apartheid era, and so did Brett Murray, with the old order, and I had PW's genitals exposed. So I think it's part of the way that cartoonists and artists can critique things. Some people say Ayanda Mabulu is a one-trick pony. I went to look at all his work, and I see that he's a self-taught artist. I think he's quite good at what he sets out to do, to make art that people kind of understand. So I'm not going to go into the sort of art criticism of it.
Yeah.
It's not going to get into the Zico anytime soon. But as in its genre of sort of protest art, I mean, and he does it with a certain degree of facility. I think it's got its own power. I certainly think that he's absolutely within his rights to do what he does and to be as angry as he is. I mean, you can see I'm also angry. Yeah. And anyway, I did a cartoon about the ANC Women's League marching. I had a question at the top: which outrageous picture sparked an ANC march to the Union buildings? A and B. And A is, you see his drawing, his painting, is being carried by the ANC Women's League, and B is a much quieter image, just a picture of, I mean, it's just the diagram on an easel, and it's a graph that's plummeting, and it's essay ratings. It was the economy and delivery and confidence, and of course, the ratings are plummeting. Is there an ANC march to the Union buildings expressing outrage about that? No. They defending Zuma's dignity. Why are they defending Zuma's dignity? I mean, first of all, it begs the question, I mean, why do they need to? Because I think he's impaired his own dignity over many, many pieces of hypocrisy, many pieces of flouting the sexual norms that go with HIV and AIDS. He makes these high-minded speeches, but he goes out and has unprotected sex with women outside of his marriages. He has marriages, he has enough marriages as well, and he has children outside of out of wedlock. So he clearly is a hypocrite on those things. There are many reasons why it's absolutely fine to say what Mabulu says and what I say and what Brett Murray and Anton Kanema and many other critics have said, sometimes in very rude and searing images.